Go.
101.
Where? What are we? What show is this? In the Mouth of Music with. Come on, let's go.
Dean Corpse.
What are we?
What are we?
Hey.
Who are we?
Foons.
Who do we like to fuck?
Yes. I'm Scott White.
Dean Corpse.
He already said his name.
I said my name.
I said my name too.
What a clusterfuck
Diego
this is.
Pendejo.
Jesus.
Eh.
Criminy.
That's what
It's
happened.
because we're doing a clustery band. They're very clustery.
They
Yeah.
fucking are.
They can turn into a cluster.
They are.
They very much are a cluster.
They are. They're a disaster. They're like a fucking car going down the wrong way, down the one-way street.
But they have a lot of good shit.
They do. They do.
They do have a lot
what
of
band
good shit.
are we doing?
We're doing the Melvins.
The
Fucking
Melvins. That's
Melvins.
right.
The
Melvins.
I guess some
motherfucking
people want us to do
Melvins.
more obscure.
Yeah, I want to do more obscure
Melvins
shit.
is pretty obscure.
They are. They
Yeah.
are. They're definitely.
They're not super.
I mean, they're known. They're the godfathers of grunge to a degree, I guess.
They're the godfathers of a lot of genres. You know. A
Yeah,
lot.
they're metal. They're
did that
alternative.
Kiss thing.
Yeah, they did their solo albums.
albums.
Yeah,
Yeah.
What a bunch of
that's
fags.
no. What are you talking about? They're fucking. That's killer.
You
First
know-
album's 92?
Yeah. Well, yeah. They've been around a little longer.
91.
Before that. They've been
95.
Around since
No,
Been around since '83.
83.
Yeah, but that stuff's not on there.
the 80s. Buzz is old as fuck.
Yeah, the stuff, their old stuff is hardcore, like hardcore, like Black Flaggy,
Okay.
DC kind of hardcore stuff. It was fast, but yeah, that stuff is not on Spotify or anything.
No.
No.
The most you'll get is Gluey Porch Treatments and
Gluey Porch Treat-
Ozma.
Gluey's, that's the oldest one on
That's the
on the
oldest
streaming things. Yeah.
That's the album that
Yeah.
you will only find as the eldest album.
Yes, and it's not the oldest by any means.
No.
but it's a great album,
It is a good album.
killer album.
So I wasn't really like super familiar with the Melvins. I've heard this and that, just stuff randomly. But Diego showed me a video, them playing at like somebody's house,
Strombo's house.
Strombo's house, and holy fuck, what a great recording! Like live for a live recording, it's fucking amazing,
Yeah.
badass. 2 bass players,
2 bass players.
Yep.
super cool, man. I was like, wow, okay, this
Yeah.
is different. They're kind of fucking all over the place, but when they get down, they get down.
They are a very good live band. They have a very, they have a lot of, it's like the guy has constantly got to spew fucking riffs out of his ass.
The guy is a songwriting machine.
He's just a machine.
He is a
just
machine.
He keeps, he just does not stop.
Does he always wear a dress?
The dress thing is like more of a recent thing. I think it's like more of a shtick
Yeah.
that he does. And like, it's like a very,
I think him and Fat Mike are in competition. Who has the sexiest legs?
well, you don't really see his legs.
I know. It's longer.
It's more like a fucking psychic monk
Yeah.
look.
He's got the big crazy hair and
Yeah,
shit.
he's always had the crazy hair.
Yeah, yeah.
I remember I saw them. The first time I saw Melvins was at the Lollapalooza, and '95, I think it was somewhere around there.
95 was the Ramones one.
Yes,
I'm gonna look up their list of members because
They did
and
play
they had
there.
a lot of members, but they also
You are
they
you are
also-
correct. I retract. Well, I didn't say that I never seen them live, but you know what? I kind of forgot that I watched them there.
They were. I
Yeah.
watched them. I made sure I watched
Yeah,
them.
they were in the
were
second stage.
second
You're
stage.
absolutely
man.
right.
And I remember he was walking around.
Yeah,
And I was like,
with the puffy
King
hair.
Buzzo, and he
Yeah.
goes, "Hey, like
Yeah.
get the fuck away from me, you
Random
fucking weirdo."
person.
random
Hello.
person.
I
I don't know
totally
you.
forgot that they played there.
Oh yeah,
They
I made
jammed.
sure that was the
Yeah.
one that was the only band I saw on the second stage because I couldn't for the life of you tell you any of the other bands that played the second stage or third stage, whatever the hell else they had there. But because the main stage was so fucking good that year.
Oh my god, it was out of control.
Every band was fucking great. But fucking Melvins went on the second stage. I had to go see that dude.
Well, I
He
mean,
gets up there and
that
it's fucking-
Lollapalooza, but
that was a great Lollapalooza.
yeah, I mean,
Except for Soundgarden was fucking garbage, but don't stop throwing things at me.
Well,
And he fucking, I'll walk off stage.
Oh hey, Trevor Dunn was one of the past members, wasn't he in Mr. Bungle?
yes, and those
He was.
two bands are kind of related.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's his
Yeah.
name? The Faith
Well, he
No
did
More guy.
Phantomus. King
What's,
Buzzo was in Phantomus with
what's
Mike
his-
Patton.
Oh,
Mike
okay.
Patton, yeah.
Yeah,
Mike
yeah.
Patton and Buzzo there are buddies, and they used to
Not a-
open for each other.
Well, we'll get into the Mr. Bungle on another show because
Yeah, Mr. Bungle's a totally different thing.
yeah. But
I mean,
Knick-knack.
yes and no.
They have-
But
they
Dale,
have more-
Dale,
they
Dale
have-
Grover has been there since the beginning. Like usually it's been Buzz and Dale.
the drummer.
Yeah, and those two have been at it for years. But then they did a special thing a couple of years ago. What they did with Big Business, and they added it was two bands together.
Two drummers.
big
It was
business.
two drummers, two
Yeah.
bass players.
I watched
and
you that.
Guitar
You
player. It
watched-
was fucking
Yeah.
rad.
He
But
wa-
there was only just him. There was
He
only-
watched them, and I showed him the one at Hellfest where it was just the drummer from that band. With
Yeah,
them.
it wasn't
Yeah.
the
It
rest
was
of
the two
guys.
drummers.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
It was the two drummers, one bass, and and Buzzo.
Yeah, they did a Senile Animal, which was fucking crazy. Like Big Business, they're a great band on their own. But
I'm not
like,
familiar with them at all.
no,
I'll have
yeah,
to look into them.
look into them. They're really, really, really good.
Big business.
Big Business. But they did a Senile Animal, and I think they did another album with Big Business too. And I never got to see them with Big Business together, which would have been a fucking phenomenal show. Melvin's usually pretty good on their own, but together that would have been great. But Senile Animal was fucking a fantastic record. You know, because Melvin's released like a record a year.
Oh, they have
like
an
they're
insane
just
amount of
they're
records.
just
How many
fucking
records
like
they
they
got,
just
Scott?
spit them out.
15 records, 18
Something
records.
They
like
got
that.
something,
something
like
crazy.
that.
Something
Yeah,
stupid.
There was every other year they released 2 albums a year.
they were
Like they
releasing
released
2 albums.
they
yeah.
released Stoner Witch and that other album at the same year.
Stag.
And Stoner Witch.
Well,
at the
those
same
were
year,
okay,
right?
but those were the albums that they did like on Atlantic. Where they got signed to Atlantic Records and they did Houdini.
That's a great
And
album. bro.
Houdini's a fucking well. That's like the album most people know him from.
Yeah, but
It's
that's
also produced by Kurt Cobain.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know that.
the one after Houdini's produced by somebody
Stoner
famous.
Witch.
There's like over 30 releases.
Oh yeah,
Oh, it's
he has
insane.
a
It's
lot
insane.
of releases.
Wow.
But a lot. I mean, they own their own record label. They kind of just release.
They were
their
also
shit.
on Boner
Oh.
Records, just to
Boner
say.
Records, yeah.
Boner
I
Records.
forgot to mention that when we were doing Clutch.
What?
That Clutch owns. They have their own record label now and stuff. And
That's okay.
yeah,
A lot of
yeah,
bands
that's
do.
A
all
lot of bands do.
Yeah.
Metallica owns their own record label now.
right. Nah, fuck Metallica.
Well, yeah.
Metallica.
But they released. I think the Atlantic Records. They just kind of like they didn't.
They wanted to do their contract to get it over with.
They got them. Well, they did
Right?
their contract, and then they try to get it over it real quick. But those albums are really good.
Oh, they're
really
incredible. Yeah.
But they had a lot of problems beforehand too. They did Bullhead, which was I thought was pretty neato. They did Lysol, which
Yep.
they had to change the name.
They had to change the
because
name.
Lysol was
Yeah.
threatening to sue them.
Yeah.
Um,
Before they even released it.
before they even released
How
it.
the
ain't
fuck
that
does
a
that
bitch.
happen?
Yeah, that was
You
kind
know?
of weird.
I'm surprised you know about that.
Wow.
I
How
have
the
it. I
hell
have all
does
those.
that happen?
I have most of Melvin's records, and some of them are pretty. Some of them are stinkers. Some
Yeah,
of them are good.
stinkers.
I like their. He
They are.
tries to go for some experimental shit, which is fine. I mean, but it's not my cup of tea. I like it when they're just getting balls deep and heavy and just fucking, just fucking badass.
Yeah, I was telling Scott how they're very influential. You know, Nirvana, the early,
Nirvana
Bleach
was-
sounds like that. It's
Sounds
got
like
that
Melvin's.
feel.
It has that Melvin's feel.
And like
He
I
was,
told him,
them and Flipper were like
Flipper, yeah,
inspirations
yeah,
for
and
fucking-
and what he likes, Rob Zombie.
Mhm.
A lot of Melvin sound in there. You
The
know?
Melvins and Sam
Yeah.
Hain
Yeah,
were a
yeah,
big influence
yeah.
on Rob Zombie.
Yeah, I think Rob Zombie pretty much said, "I'm going to sound like
These dudes.
these guys." Well, the singing at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very close.
Yeah, but Melvins, they
Very
had
close.
they had a lot of great. They have a lot of trilogy albums.
Oh, and they've toured with tons of bands.
Oh God, because everybody respects.
Well,
them.
they've been around forever.
They've been-
No, but
they've
they've
been around
toured with like a wide array of bands.
Oh God, yeah, especially during the alternative
Yeah.
alternative years.
90s.
They were so respected. Everybody respected.
Where
them
were
and
they
wanted
from?
them. They were from Seattle.
Seattle.
Seattle, yeah,
okay.
man. One of the OGs, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
They and I want to believe they're from Seattle. I'm not sure 100%.
Well, I mean, he's the one that introduced Dave Grohl to Nirvana because
Dave Grohl was in Scream.
in Scream, and he loves Scream. That
Yeah,
guy.
Scream
And Scream's a
was-
good band. You like Scream?
Scream was good. Scream was very good. I haven't listened to it in years.
It's pretty good.
I know Dave Grohl did a little reunion.
I haven't listened to it. I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, they did a little reunion.
He played
thing
on the third
a
album,
couple-
Dave Grohl.
10 years ago, maybe.
Yeah.
With Scream.
So there's a funny story. No, it's pretty good. So Buzzo there went to the reunion, And I guess he knew Dave Grohl, and he introduced Dave Grohl to a bunch of people because he liked Scream. So he went to watch Scream, and he met Dave Grohl there. And he's like, "Hey, you're not the original drummer," and whatever. So when Scream broke up, he introduced Dave Grohl to Kurt Cobain, and he got him the gig. So they lost touch for a long time. He didn't talk to him for fucking 10, 15 years. And then Scream did that reunion thing, and Dave Grohl was there. So he calls Mr. Buzzo there, and out of nowhere, and he gives him his phone number, and they exchange numbers. And he's like, okay, whatever, And well, he saw him at the reunion thing. He gave him his number and this, that. Anyway, a couple of months go by, and he texts Dave Grohl, and Dave Grohl never texts him back. And then finally one day, Dave Grohl calls him out of the blue. He's like, hey, I'm going to be in, I don't know, wherever he lives, L.A. or wherever he's fucking living at, San Francisco. He's like, hey, I'm going to be in town. You should come check out this band. And he's like, I'm going to go see a Dodgers game this weekend. So if the Dodgers don't play, I'll come hang out with you. Never talked to Dave Grohl again.
Wow.
Yeah, he blew off Dave Grohl. He's fucking cool.
Wow.
Yeah. So, mad props. So, yeah, Dave Grohl's cool, but it's cool that he dissed him, and because, he, ignored him for
I guess.
whatever.
For a long time.
For a
So
At least
months,
that's
couple
a
years.
story he told you, just to make him probably
I
sound
want to hear
cool.
Dave Grohl's story.
Yeah, I want to hear Dave Grohl stories. Be like,
Well, Dave Grohl's probably going to watch this, so he can, he
oh
can
yeah,
type in the
I'm
comments.
sure.
Dave, give me
Yeah.
a call later and
Well,
let
Dave-
me know
Yeah,
what you
we'll
think.
hang out.
I thought you said he gives mad props to nobody, to little people, little guys,
No,
No?
to people he knows.
Oh, people he knows. Yeah.
Dave Grohl's
yeah,
old.
Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't know me.
Yeah.
He's
You don't
not
know
old.
us.
He's
You
younger
turn
than
that
me.
off because
Yeah.
that shit doesn't work.
It works. He just wasn't paying attention.
Fucker.
But Houdini was a great album.
Excellent album.
Yeah.
I like Stoner Witch.
I like Stoner Witch
Yeah.
a lot. I did like Stag. Some people don't like Stag. Then they did the Bootlicker and the Maggot albums, and those are
I don't want to say
I-
weak, but they were,
weird.
I
yeah.
gotta say, I'm like Houdini. Like I know that album, great. But listening through, going through all their albums today, just a little bit here, a little bit there. They're just fucking all over the place.
Yeah,
You know,
they're
they're
just-
too much,
I kind of like that about
too
it.
much
I like that.
experimental
I like it.
bullshit.
Yeah,
you
but
know,
you're allowed to do that if you're like a musician like they are.
I guess,
I feel
yeah.
you can make those albums and it's acceptable because people could turn around and go, okay, well I didn't really like that album, but then they'll come out with an album like 6-8 months later, and you're like, okay, I like that one,
right.
or
Yeah.
I like a couple songs in here and there. If you were to, Melvins would seem like the type of band you could make. If you can probably cut every single song and edit the songs down to albums, they probably have they have 25 albums. It's like
Something like that.
They'll have
maybe
2
about
good albums.
4 to 5 really good albums.
Complete albums. Yeah.
Yeah.
But they got
Yeah.
a lot of really good songs.
They
Because those
do.
shitty albums.
They got a lot
will-
of good riffs.
Yeah, those shitty albums will have 1 or 2 really good, strong songs.
Like
and then
that.
The rest
What was
is
that one
really
song off of
A lot of
Houdini?
filler.
A lot of filler,
It's,
yeah.
dude, they probably had the most metal song ever. With that
Wow.
fucking one riff, with that Houdini. What the hell's the name of that song? I always forget it. Pop up the Oracle again.
It's like the third song in or something.
third song on Houdini
Yeah.
or whatever. The dun, 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 dun. It's just fucking that sounds so stupid. When
Lizzie?
I don't know. More songs. Honey Bucket.
Honey Bucket.
Honey Bucket.
Yeah.
Yeah, the riffs in that song are just fucking badass. That's like the most metal song ever.
They're great.
And I've seen them live probably 7, 8 times in my
Holy cow.
lifetime.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
every time they came down, I usually went to go see them. Except for this last time, I didn't go see them, and they did play Honey Bucket this time too, and I was like, "Fuck!"
Damn.
Yeah,
Yeah, I that's the only thing that kind of that I'm not a super big fan of is they're very inconsistent.
mm-hmm.
I mean, I know they do it on purpose.
Yeah,
but
I was gonna say it's not.
It's not my. I like some.
They're not going for consistency.
consistency.
That's what they're
they
not
don't have
going
to.
for that.
They don't have to.
Yeah.
They're an avant-garde band, and they
Totally.
keep it as avant-garde as they possibly can. They just. He's like, I'm gonna write an album because I'm in this type of mood, and this is what I'm gonna do, and he can do that, and that's fine. And people are not gonna disrespect him for it. They're just gonna accept it and be like, okay, well, I'm not a fan of that.
I'm
But
not
they
gonna-
don't. They're one
Yeah.
of those bands that people don't go around like, well, they fucking suck now.
Well, but you got to remember too that
people
those,
don't do that.
The people that like those weirdo albums of theirs, they don't like the other albums.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like there's two. They got two different fan base. You know, they got the weirdo fan base that likes all that experimental stuff, and then they got the guys that like the more melodic stuff.
We should do
You
a
know?
show. We should do a show on Butthole Surfers.
Oh, it'll be a very short show because they only have one good album.
No, they have two.
No, that's come on, stop it.
But we could do one. We could do a show based on
Weirdo bands.
Like completely
Independent Worms.
independence.
See, I like Hairway to Seven better. But anyways, let's stay on track.
I like Buzzo's little stories, too. He's got cool little
But he sells his
stories.
artwork when he goes to shows too.
He's pretty cool, man. He's a cool guy.
He's just a fucking.
He's an art fag.
Yeah.
Pretty
I
much,
guess.
yeah.
I'll put it that
He's
way.
an art fag, yeah. He looks like a big fag.
But he's awesome, and I think they put on a hell of a fucking live show. I think I took Pooch to the last time of the last times they played.
Yeah, I think you did.
And
I didn't go. I was like, I don't like that shit.
I know, and I don't get it. I was just like, dude, come on.
I would have went with you.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It's just, but
Totally cool.
I think Melvins is a great band. They're just a good band. They're not everything that they make is great, but
super influential band.
I'll give you that.
I respect the shit out of them. Like, I like them more than Led Zeppelin. I respect Led Zeppelin, but I don't like Led Zeppelin.
Damn,
But
ouchie.
yeah, Melvins I think is a better band than Led Zeppelin.
I think you're right.
Yeah,
Fuck Led Zeppelin.
Fuck Led
yeah,
Zeppelin.
I'm one of those people that don't
Screeching
really,
Weasel doesn't even like Led Zeppelin.
Well, Screeching Weasel don't like it. They don't even like themselves.
No.
All right, let's rate this fucker. Go ahead.
No, I don't want to go first.
You go first.
I'll go first.
You go first.
Yeah, because you're not a huge Melvins fan. So I'm
not a huge Melvins fan. I don't. I'm not going to bag on them too much because like we were just talking about, they're doing their own thing, which I can appreciate that. That's cool.
And some bands that you really like are
influenced by them.
influenced big time by them.
Which
So,
is
yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
But I mean, some bands I really like are influenced by Venom, and they suck balls, so that doesn't count. So
Why?
I don't know. I would
Damn.
say
Sorry, Venom.
Melvins. I give him a D++.
Ooh, man. You put him in there with Scissor Fight? Come on, man.
It's not my thing. It's okay.
Scissor Fight's so good.
I don't have to like it because you like it.
No, that's okay.
D++.
It's all right. Wow.
Yeah.
It's the same as a C-.
Painful. I give him a C. I put him in there with all the bands I rate a C. Body count and
Kind of goes without saying, Diego.
yeah, you know what I mean. But I like them. I want to give them a higher rating, but
Yeah.
they lose me with their
It's
little.
okay. C is good.
It
They're all
is
over
good.
C is
I think they're
C is
great.
good. Hey, look.
I
you were
like
in
'em.
school. You can pass and go to college on a C.
I want to give them a higher than a C. I do. I want to give them like a B minus.
Yeah.
I really do.
I'm just letting you know we're being corrected right now, or I'm going to do it right now. Also, you said that I didn't like having petting zoo. This is about the No Effects show.
Yeah.
So this is coming from Bobby Badfellow, who's a tattoo artist, tattoo artist. One
You
of my
talked
good
about
friends.
him, about how gay
yeah.
he was or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, we talked about how gay he was, and I'm sorry, but he's not gay. His girlfriend.
You know this isn't live, right?
Doesn't matter. But he said the song is not called 72 Virgins, but it's called 72 Hookers.
72 hookers, and that's not on Heavy Petting Zoo.
No, that's not on Heavy Petting Zoo.
No.
That's on Out Come the Wolves, I think, or whatever.
I don't know.
I don't know what album.
But that one, that's the good one.
That's a good song. Yeah, that's a good
What
song.
it's
And
called.
he also said I didn't like Heavy Petting Zoo, which is true. I don't really like it, but whatever. Thanks, Bobby, for your input.
Thanks, Bobby.
See what happens. You can contact us, and we'll give you
Look
a
at
call.
that. You got a shout out
Badfellow
for
Tattoo
free.
in Fort Lauderdale
for free.
for free.
Yeah. What's your rating, bro?
My rating
I'm
on
gonna
Melvins.
change mine to C+.
Oh, geez.
Oh,
C+.
Fucking guy.
Change it.
Lord.
Sorry.
Good
I'm
Lord.
sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna
Jesus
change mine.
Christ.
I'm gonna change mine then to a D++.
Oh.
I feel better.
I'm gonna give them a C+ on everything that they do because I mean, look, I don't think they're the most outstanding band out there, but I appreciate what they do, and I have a lot of respect for Melvins. But I also think they come out with a lot of bad albums.
Yeah, they're just
but that's fine. I mean, that's okay. I don't have to listen to those.
Yeah.
They have a.
Well, you don't have to listen to any album.
You don't have to listen to any album, really.
So
but those, but.
It's bullshit.
yeah. But when you like a band,
but
you
I
wanna
base
like them.
everything about their discographies and what they really
Yeah.
what they do release. So, I give them a C plus because I think live they're awesome. I think I do dig quite a bit of their albums. I just don't dig everything that they've done. I think I love that big business shit that they did. I wish they'd just do that again. That'd be awesome. But I get it. But the Three Bases album was fucking ridiculous. I do give them props for doing the Kiss albums. That was pretty fucking awesome. I also, the first time I ever saw them live was they were on Ozfest. No, that was the second time I saw them live. They were on Ozfest, and I forget what album they were on, but they were just before fucking Motorhead. And the bass player came out and he had a Hitler mustache. It was fucking funny as fuck. I remember sitting up front, just like watching. I was like, the guy has a Hitler mustache.
Whoa.
That's fucking. He just like sits up there. He's like, with his little Hitler mustache. I'm like, dude, this is just the funniest fucking thing I've ever seen. It was good. You get a C plus for that.
Yeah, they're good.
Cool. All right. Well, that's it.
Yep, that's Melvins.
That's Melvins.
That's Melvins.
Thanks, everybody. Give us a like. Give us a subscribe. I said that wrong.
Give us
I'm
a
turning
like
into
and a
fucking. I'm turning into
subscribe.
Dean.
Yeah, I know, man.
You don't have to say subscribe. You gotta say subscribe.
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 Susa Studio.
Please like and subscribe.
Susa Studios.
Adios.